And we're live. Welcome everybody. How you doing? How's your night going? We're a bit of a late start tonight, but it's fine. We'll go on until later if we need to. How are you doing? Liz, Bill, Sora, Nad, Bob, Rose, Amy, hello. Hey Duck, Lilith, and our dark plants. Hey Bugs Lover. Cobalt who brought a quail back from the brink of death. Congratulations. I'm glad the quail is fine. Hi, Rido.
I had to bake potatoes for dinner to soothe the savage beast that is my lower digestive tract.
Potatoes are one of the best types of food. People hate on them for no reason. They can do anything. I did a homemade pizza, which was really nice. Bugs Lover says they tried their hand at Photoshop for the first time yesterday. It says, "Oh my god, you're a much more patient man than I am." You know what? Photoshop has a bit of a learning curve at first, but I always say once you learn like 30% of the program, like the buttons and where everything is, what you can do with them, with the tools, you can do anything pretty much. Maybe you won't know like the most efficient ways to do things, like or super advanced things, but you can pretty much do anything you like set your mind to. So you got this. You got this. I believe in you. Please show me what you make. I'd love to see it. Hey, Octopus. You gonna get tired of potatoes sometimes? Then just cook them differently. The most versatile of plants. Shoutouts to the Americas for having some of the most delicious plants in the world, for real. Like peppers, capsaicin, spicy as a concept. What? I would die without spicy in my food. Fried feathers. What? What is that? What's a fried feather? Why are they frying parents in the US?
Papas fritas.
It's true. It's true to say the same way, and I never realize, despite saying papas a lot. Technically, in northern Spain, we say like patatas, which is the original word, it's potatoes, right? But patatas got shortened to papas in like southern Spain, and then in all the Americas. I think most like Latin American countries say papas. But here in the Canary Islands, since there's a lot of like like cultural cross contamination because of all the migration back and forth, Canary Islands has a lot of Latin American terms in the language, like papas. So I've started saying papas, but only in the last few years. The 20/80 rule, knowing 20% of something will give you access to 80% of its capability. I always hated like 70/30 rule, not 20/80. But yeah, it's it's ballpark. But it's absolutely true with Photoshop at least. Same with Blender. Oh, Blender is so hard for me because I just don't know all the shortcuts, all the like quick ways of doing things, and I have to look up everything I do. I might like that stage with Blender, and until I progress from that stage, it'll be painful. Tomatoes, peppers, chocolate, yeah, corn, like a lot of great veggies that come from the Americas. You're saying a feathered fried dish? You see more than 5 streams counted now. Sometimes the stream breaks for some reason. Python, thank you so much for that. 4 months. How are you doing? So tonight, before I go too far off course, tonight we're making more carcinization art, as you see in the title probably. We're making one more commission for this movie. You've seen me. I've done already a couple streams making art for this upcoming movie called In Waves. That's all about a person turning into a crab, told from the perspective of his wife, and it's sort of a like surreal comedy with a bit of body horror in it. And we're doing some of that body horror. Specifically, during this movie, there's going to be like a bit of a documentary part where the couple is watching like a documentary on this fictitious disease called Mancini's disease that the husband has to like learn about it, and they explained the story of Mancini, which is who the disease is named after, who's like old school boxer, which we might make some pictures of in the future. But for now, we're working on pictures for like the beginning of the documentary. So it's going to be, sort of the background pictures, like historical photos and documents, etc. That, in the documentary they would just have on the background and like pan through or zoom into as like the voiceovers going. And so that's why we were doing like a bit of like historical documents showing like this Mancini's disease as it progresses. Hey, Cryptid. Hey, Quitavi. Crabs. I must see this movie the moment it comes out. If you want to see it, because it's not like it's an indie movie. It's gonna once it's made, it's gonna run through like the indie movie circuit, right? And if it gets attention, if it gets picked up, it'll probably end up in like some streaming thing, or there's gonna be like online ways to see it. But if you really want to see it, go to the Kickstarter, which I'm gonna link in the chat right there. Check out this link. It's funding right now. It's still 12 days. They're past half, so hopefully they make it through the Kickstarter. It'll be cool. And that would allow them to get this movie shot and do all the effects they need to do, because obviously you got a person turning into a crab. It's going to be mostly practical effects, but also some digital stuff to complement the practical effects. And they can pay people like me to do more art, so everyone wins. Give them a few bucks if that sounds interesting. If you want to see the movie when it comes out, because if you back it, you will get like a digital download of the movie once it's finished. So consider giving them some money. Hold on. Here it is. That's the Kickstarter. They're like, a bit above half. So hopefully in the 12 days they make it. And here's the art I've made for them. Let me pop it out here on the browser. So the first one I did was this one, just the evolution of man. So doing these old school, it's a very simplistic evolution of humanity diagrams that, they're usually like the ones that are walking forward, kind of like showing evolution as this like linear thing, which isn't correct, right? It's old school. It's an old school way of seeing things, but it works for the joke, right? Just like having a bunch of apes and then a human and then a crab. It's a fun little joke with like this old school, antiquated way of seeing things, which will go at the beginning of the documentary, kind of showing how, before they explain this disease which turns you into a crab, they sort of explain carcinization as a concept. Then I made this medical diagram, which, it's kind of like medical textbook sort of deal. Fill up my drink. Sort of a medical textbook deal where they show the physical changes, internal and external, that a person with Mancini's disease will undergo. So obviously their arms will turn into crab arms, etc. You got like the lungs get transformed into branchiae, like gills, right? Got like crab organs in there. Then third image I did is a person at the hospital with advanced Mancini's disease. I got this person whose face is already like half crab, right? The eyes are in stalks. The mouth has been turned into this like crab mouth, and the arms are, you know, multiplying and turning into, you know, your typical like exoskeleton crab arms. So this is different from what I did when I did the crab skeleton, like the crabman skeleton. The crabman skeleton is a lot more, oh, you're turning into like the shape of a crab, but you're still a human, right? Like you're still a tetrapod.
Crab people taste like crab, dog like people.
Would you still love me if I were a crab? Literally, that's the whole thing of this movie. It's a wife who's dealing with her husband turning into a crab, and you see it in the actual movie, like as when you get the, there you go, the final transformation of this, they're turning into like a crab-sized crab. It's a literal crab. You like at the final stage of this disease.
Fun fact, cannibalistic tribes call humans with pork menor que tres.
Beautiful. If you eat them in this middle stage, do they taste like crab? Probably somewhere in between, I'd say. Cons losing your humanity. Pros bonus ball. So yeah, the movie is like, it's more centered on the comedy of the and I haven't seen the movie, obviously. It's still, it's funding. So, as far as I know from the movie, it's more of a comedy of the like situation of a wife whose husband is turned into a crab, but obviously there's going to be like, you know, whole transformation bit and you know, body horror like we've done. So it's different from my like crab man evolution thing in the sense that it is, you know, biologically, it doesn't make as much sense because the end point is just having like a normal crab, a normal sized crab. While in mine it was like, oh, what if a human like took the shape of a crab? So like the rib cage expands, their head goes into the rib cage, and one of their arms turns into a claw, but they still need another arm because you need to like walk on three legs. The claw itself is made of like keratin. It's like a big horn or claw or something that, you know, a mammal could develop rather than like an exoskeleton. So it's different considerations.
I'm not even a fan of seafood, and I kind of want to try people crab meat.
Don't eat them. Where does all that body mass go? You know, you need a lot of calories for that transformation. Are you gonna post the crab man in hospital bed photo ever? Yeah, at some point. I'll you know, it's for the movie, so maybe I'll reserve it for when the movie's out. Maybe for when the Kickstarter is like, there's just a few days in the Kickstarter left. If they need a push, I might like post them and draw some attention to it. We'll see. This movie sounds so cool. I wish crabs were real. They have a really nice crab puppet. If you see in the promotional shots here, I mean, it's a crab puppet, and they have like, you know, they're puppeteering it with like somewhat off camera, and then they just use digital compositing to like remove all the. Hey, Kelly Skitty, thank you so much for that tier 1 sub. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Here's the actual crab puppet they've used for like the promotional, the trailers and stuff. So we'll see. In the actual movie, there's probably going to be more puppets. Sweet practical effects. It's always way cooler when they use practical effects. Also, we're in a world where you can 3D print a crab puppet, which makes it so much more accessible, isn't it? Anyway, I digress. Yeah, here it is, practical puppet crab. They just use Play effects to key out the controls. It's cool. It's very cool that they're doing it that way. Instead of doing like a CG crab.
Guillermo del Toro would be all over this kind of someone out there would ironically make out with a crab.
Absolutely. Man, they wish it was just a solid color plastic crab on a stick like in SpongeBob.
Is it cannibalism if you eat your crab husband after it's fully transformed?
You guys are really hungry tonight. We're only thinking about eating this poor man who's turned into a crab. Anyway, today's picture, we're doing the fourth out of 4 images in the set, and hold on, let me pull up the specific emails we sent each other. Yes, the 4th image is because I want to pull up an image. Can I open this in a new tab? Doesn't let me. Okay. Like this. There we go. This is like the inspiration image I pulled up when we were like discussing the ideas for this. So I want something like this where it feels like sort of textbook but photographic, right? Simple black background and it's a person's arm. Imagining like seen from the back, right? You're seeing a part of a person's back with an arm, and the first photo is just like a normal arm. Second photo is sort of a transformation, and third photo is crab claw. Oh, did a hype train just start? Hey, whoever. I don't know if someone subbed, but thank you. So hi, Maxwell. We're considering the taste of man crab. Everyone who wants to eat the man crab. Oh, it's Hammy's gift sub. Thank you so much for the gift sub, Hammy. Superhuman foods. Enjoy. We're at a gay club listening to a genderqueer asexual band. Hell yeah. Sounds like a fun day. The Alphabet Mafia. Honestly, hopefully I bet someone has already done this, but if you were making a band, calling it the Alphabet Mafia is such a good name. Excellent news, gang. I found food, so I'm no longer hungry for crab. Hopefully by the end, nobody wants to eat the poor man crab. You have lemonade so you'll live forever? Hell yeah. I have sort of a lemonade. It's called tereré, which is like mate with lemon juice. It's really good. Sort of like a cold brew, but it's not like a tea where you need to like brew it overnight. You just do it in the moment.
This is making me want to play Animal Crossing again cause you can go diving for crabs.
Oh, it's been... I played Animal Crossing when it came out. I haven't played it since. But sometimes I get the itch. Yeah, we're looking for something like this, and I might honestly just use this image. This is a screenshot I got, so I don't actually remember where I got this from. I could be lazy and just click search Google Images. Oh wait, that doesn't work like that.
To movie ends with the wife making a Maryland file crab oil with always seasoning potatoes and corn.
Oh, here's not the same one, but a really similar one. Look, it's from this. Looks like it's from the same book. Public domain, yes. Oh, and here we have 57 images. Oh, look at this beast. Oh, this is really nicely. It's not a drawing, is it? It's a photo. That's a drawing. Okay, it's really, really well made. If so, oh, I can't zoom out. There we go. Oh, look at all of these. What a treasure trove. Yeah, you gotta be careful with the prions. Like, if this person used to be a human, they still have like the human proteins inside, including prions. So it sounds like a great way to get prion disease. These are wild looking crabs. Look at these. Look at these claws. What? What is that? What am I looking at? These are such cool images, though. What's up, Bean? Good morning to you. Hi. You guys want to see Bean? Hold on. The other camera. There he is. The man. Look, I'm gonna do the tail shake. Hi, Bean. He is a sweetheart. Oh, the motor is on. He's purring. You know, Bean has a motor inside. He's full of gears. And when he activates, you can put your ear to him and just hear the motor running. That's what purring is. Oops. taps. He loves the butt taps. Okay, this is a nest. Really interesting.
Putting your ear against a loudly purring cat is one of life's greatest joys.
It is. Oh, these are okay. They're bird nests. I was thinking that there was a crab building one of these, but I'm still wondering about this one. I'm pretty sure these are photos, but I'm seeing them on like my bad screen. Oh, they're not huge, unfortunately. Let me drop this into Photoshop. So I'll see it much better. Hi, Bean. I'm still not sure if it's like a photo or like really photorealistic drawing. Because if it's a photo, it's like perfectly cut. Oh, are you going, Bean? Okay, bye-bye. Anyway, this is cool. I don't know what this crab or whatever this is doing, but it's curled up into a little ball. It's cute. Wait, who has had human meats in this chat? Did I miss a message? Pythons?
97.388 layers. Slowly, but surely, erase.
You're scaring me. Dove Bean, you drew him for art class? Show me Aspen. I need to see it. If you post this on the Discord, you will get access to the Bean channel on Discord, which you can only get access to by doing an offering to Bean. For anyone who's not on the Discord, there's a link. It's just a sketch. I'm sure it'll be a fantastic offering. Okay, but what I'm thinking is something like one of these, which unfortunately they're a bit small, like 2000 pixels. It's not the clearest scans, but look at the legs here. Insane beast. Whoa, look at this arm. Okay, we got a bunch of drawings. These are really detailed. I love when textbooks looked like this. Just such artistry in them. Okay, there's another textbook. All right, I think we've seen them all. I don't know if I saw the like specific one I screenshotted. Because it was one of these with like black backgrounds. It might have been this one actually. Oh, this one's a little larger. Okay, we're getting to birds. Cool birds, but not what I was looking for. In any case, that's a bunch of good crab pictures. Have you seen the Yeti crab? Yes, Yeti crabs are very cool. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay, Pythons. We're rooting for you. Yeah. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to show while I'm here on the browser screen. There is an auction going on to benefit the Samir project for people in Palestine, and I offered, and it's the Gravity Falls fandom is organizing it, and I offered one of my commissions as one of the possible perks, one of the auctions within this. So there's only one day left in the auction. Usually, that's when most of the action happens. You can see there's a lot of art that people in the community made. There's a lot of stuff signed by Alex Hirsch. A lot of cool things, and here's me. Here's custom Photoshop art commission. Give it a look. Give it a bid if you want to give some money to a really good cause and get a commission in exchange. There's a link right there in the chat. That's the link to this one. If you click on auction here, you can see all the other items as well. But yeah, give it a look. It's currently sitting at $195 US. This ends in a day, so I know there's a couple people watching it that have like already done like a little bid war. But yeah, bid if you'd like to, if you got this money to give to a good cause, and in exchange, if it's one of you guys, I promise you, if you win this auction, we'll chat and we'll figure out a date that works for you so that we can do it on stream while you're here. So consider it. This is full of bean hair. Also, it doesn't need to be Gravity Falls themed, right? Like this, the auction, like with a lot of my Book of Bill art, because that's, you know, what the fandom knows, and is organized by the Gravity Falls fandom. So it can be Gravity Falls themed if that's something you'd like, but it doesn't need to be. So it can be anything you'd like, as long as it's like something that fits my style. If you're wondering and you're like, oh, maybe I have this idea, but I don't know if I would make it, just message me. Feel free to message me. But don't wait too long, because there's only about a day left until, what is it, October 4th, 12 a.m. EST. So yeah, about a day. Think about it, but don't think too long. Trying so hard to be good about money. Absolutely, like it's a charity thing, so only put in money if it's something you can afford. Don't put yourself in a bad financial situation for something like this. But if you're able and you got the money to spare, drop a few bucks and we'll make it on stream. We'll make it for you. Anyway, let's continue looking for images. We got these. I already downloaded a few. I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 good images. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, about 6 good images. Oh, there's a duplicate. Yeah, about 6. So, having the crab parts and sort of the vibe of the image settled. First of all, I'm gonna create a new file. I'm gonna do 5x4 vertical, like so. That way we'll be able to have like the steps, like 3 steps here vertically as like 3 horizontal little images. And we're gonna drop all the ones that we're interested. Gonna drop them in. Bean art might have been compressed because it's a screenshot of a screenshot. That is fine. He's real. Did you post it? Post it on Valve's operating room on the Discord. Or let me know where you've posted it if it's elsewhere. Organic JPEG crunch, exactly. It's texture. Making graphic novel platforms. That's really cool. Oh, it's an art dungeon. Oh, very cute. I love that you chose this one. Oh, talking about JPEG. Got crunched. It's fantastic. I will accept you into the Church of Bean. Now get the Beanist role. A welcome message for you in there. You need to make bean art? Yes. Everyone needs to make bean art. It's good for the soul. This crab is so strange. Okay, I'm wondering which ones to use as like a base. This one was actually the biggest image, but it's like the worst quality one, and interestingly. Yeah, that's strange. You'll make more bean art after you finish your October 3rd thing? Hell yeah, good luck with it. You have a favorite bean picture? Of the ones I edited, or the in general, like any picture of bean? I don't think I could choose a favorite. They're all good. I might have a new favorite every day. Not very good at drawing animals, but you can learn. You can always learn. It's all about doing it. Okay, this one's the clearest one from the bunch. What I'm thinking is using this as a base. Just having this like paper texture. And I have this, oh, it's kind of JPEG, isn't it? We'll see if we can find better pictures, but I guess I'd start with just the paper texture rather than using this base one, which is a little bit JPEG'd. So, papers. I got thousands of paper textures. It's kind of too much sometimes. We want a yellowed one, something like this maybe? Something about psychological operations. I don't care. There we go. We don't need to see that bit. That's nice, pretty yellow. Let's unyellow it slightly. Approximate this color. And then I think I might just like imitate this style but manually, because it's not a lot of good texture. You can even see like the JPEG squares. It's gone through some pretty bad compression. Unfortunately, I really love these images, but I think I just use like a black paper texture, which I think I have a few. Black paper. I want one with like good texture to it. This one's pretty good. Okay, this one has a bit of hue variance, which I appreciate. Okay, I'll go with this one. And we'll make like 3 separate squares. I think 3 is a good number. Oh, it might need to be longer if I do 3. Well, let's see. For now, I'll do this. Yeah, they need to be a little thinner. Or we do 4 and we do 4 little squares. Oh, clear again. Doing a big project? Was it, Aspen? You appreciate the art discussion channel being called the Art Panopticon? It's a very good word, and it's because the main art channel, the one where you just post art, is called Art Dungeon. So Panopticon being like this place where you just observe a big dungeon. It just fits, I think. Okay, we can do like 3 thin ones. Like that. But we need a longer image. We can do a longer image. It's not at the end of the world. Can do this. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just going to be in this documentary, and they're not going to like show the full thing. They're going to like pan through different images. So. Oh, wait, I need to push this down actually. Oh, it needs to be longer. Okay, hopefully this fits. It should be all right. Oh, good night, Rose. Creating a fake game. Sounds really cool. You probably should do your illustration based on one of the pieces I've altered. Yeah, or if you check Valve's operating room for images, there's a lot of bean images that I post, like non-edited. If you want some non-edited ones. I'm sure it's not a Magnus Archives reference. Everything ever is a Magnus Archives reference. People love to say that to everything, anything horror related. So it's very cool that the Magnus Archives invented horror. I have not listened to Protocol. This is gonna be my hot take. I like the Magnus Archives, up until like halfway point or so, or like the later seasons, because I really liked it when it was like an anthology and each story was separate. I was like, oh, just watching, listen to this new little story every episode, and then it's just like it becomes really self-referential. Like it's like, oh, remember Blorbo from episode 2? Now he's a hugely important character. This was just a little story, but now it's like a main character. And it's just like, you know, I feel like it devolves a little bit into like self-referential plots and just like gets too much into its own lore to the point where, which is, it's cool to have like an overarching lore and story, obviously, but it does that, I think, in detriment of the individual stories, where like it sort of stops being an anthology, and it's like, oh, I liked it at first. Anyway, that's my hot take. You may disagree. I know a lot of people love Magnus Archives, and I really like it. I was disappointed with like the direction sort of the show went as the seasons went on. I know I'm not the only one. I have a lot of friends who think the same. I don't hate lore. Quit before I even got really gay. I got to the ending. I got to the last season.
Bali is cancelled.
Don't cancel me. It was really nice for Jonathan Sims to invent horror. You made a spreadsheet. Got to focus on the spreadsheet. I love that. See you later, Bill. Okay, so we'll use these pictures of crabs. Also, I feel like these are too blue. I need to... Which one am I changing? Oh, the bottom one. Let's give it a yellow tint. There we go, a little better. Now, oh wait, this tint is not very good, right? Yeah, it's messing with things. Hold on. Yeah, after this, I need to find a, let's do colorize. I need to find our base picture of the patient, the person's arm. And as I was saying, I was thinking like an arm seen from the back, maybe like outstretched. And I have possible source. There is a dermatology textbook from like I think it's like the late 1800s, and it has really good pictures for like dermatological things, which I've used to do things like, where is it? Colonized, or like these pictures. Not for this one, but for these two, I used pictures of this dermatology textbook. It's just like good close-ups of skin, like, you know, a person sort of in a medical setting. You know, in this case, like had some sort of rash. I removed the rash or most of the rash. There's a little bit left, but I thought it fit. And then just added the hive. So I was thinking of doing something like going for a similar source. That said, There's an issue with looking for medical images online, on stream, and is that there's gonna be dicks and tits. So I'll have to look for these out of view. I can't show you until I find something. Because otherwise, this stream won't be here for much longer. we need to be careful. I could use a modern picture and just make it look old, but if we find a real old photo, it's gonna be a lot better. So I'm just gonna do a quick search. Otherwise, we'll just use normal pictures of arms. And okay, so 1850 to 1950. Yeah, let's do black and white photos. We'll see what we find. Oh, good night, Pythons. Or nap. I've not done a full release of Magnus Archives. You're a little worried what happens if you do. You started annotating Adventure Zone when you release it multiple times. Oh, you're true. Naughty, naughty shoulders. We can't have shoulders on this stream. Oh, that was scary. Scared Bean. I had my glass was like stuck to the oh. This, what do you call this? It was stuck and then it fell. Sorry if it made a big noise. It startled Bean and me a little. This image that seems to be like a hey, hi Bean. Hi. Seems to be a photo that somebody drew over. It has a pretty good arm, but yeah, it's sort of like mixed photo drawing. I don't know. Finding a lot of things like that today for some reason. Okay, I'm finding some X-rays. X-rays could be cool instead of photos. What do you think, chat? What about X-rays of an arm as it transforms and we show like the bones dissolving and the exoskeleton forming? Would that be too abstract? Hey Bean. Yeah, I woke you up with that noise before, didn't you? Oh. Don't worry, chat. I'm here. Bean just pressed on the buttons and made things change in the stream. He loves doing that. Here he is. He just lied down on top of the keyboard. Classic Bean move. You know how it is. Gonna run out of drinks soon. Damn. Bean sent me into the void. I deserved it. Alright, Bean. I think Bean's pretty active. I think we might want to do art tonight. You guys ready for Bean art? Potentially? We'll see. Lately he's being really hyped about doing art. And he's been like really getting it. Like he's just he's not just pawing at the pen for a few seconds. He's like really going for it. He's like bunny kicking it. He has figured it out. Something unlocked in him the other day. Now he's doing like really complex pieces. I'm proud of you, Little Bean. You're a great artist. Anyway, I was talking about X-rays. So, there's definitely a lot of old school X-rays we could use. And just as I was scrolling down, I found this, which... Is that an X-ray? Let's see. What does it say? Like, I don't know if it's an X-ray or just like weird lighting. It's crayfish leg regeneration. Okay, so it's talking about... Oh, okay. It's just backlights. I feel like this could work as an X-ray, but... Yeah, that'll be the hard thing here, right? It's finding an X-ray of a crab leg, if we want to do X-rays. So it's an interesting idea, but I don't know if we'll have material for it. Let's look for crab X-ray. We might get lucky. Nope. Those are X-ray emissions from the Crab Nebula. I should have guessed. Can I do like minus nebula? Does that work on this search? It does. Okay, we do have a lot of X-rays of animals. But it's all vertebrates. These are awesome though. Oh, what? That is so cool. Oh, these are incredible. Ha! So many of them. They got the whole family of Group X-ray. Let's see you, bugs. You know crabs don't have skeletons? What? Don't tell me that. You're scaring me. You know you can still do X-rays of things without skeletons. And they do have exoskeletons. They're just not the same as us. What is going on in their head? Wild. Oh, look at this sawfish. He has a little angry face. It's not happy with being X-rayed, chat. Oh, what a beautiful collection. Look at all the little cartilage. That's so cool. A weevil. It's unrelated to anything else, but I love these weevils. Never skip arm day. Minus AI removes AI from Google. Like the overview thing? I switched to DuckDuckGo anyway. Yeah, I found DuckDuckGo to be basically as good. And you can filter out AI images from the image search, which is not foolproof. Like, you'll still have some, but it's much better than Google. And oh, look at this one. Look at those teeth. Scary. Yeah, you can filter out AI things. They have like an optional AI overview like thing, but you can turn it off first thing. I don't know. It's good. It's good. I recommend switching. You spot the double jaws on that one. I assume they're in here, but it's sort of a mess. Lead poisoning can be seen on X-rays. I mean, if you have a lot of it, it needs to be really bad. Okay, no crab X-rays, unfortunately. I'm still curious, like, okay, crab X-ray. Huh, interesting. You can sort of see like the muscle structure inside. It's very cool. I wonder, okay, hold on. If I do public domain here, no X-rays. I guess not a lot of people take X-rays of crabs, which is fine, but they should. So look at the CT scan. Okay, let's go back to the original idea. As fun as the X-ray thing is, it's not going to be very possible to do. Okay, I'm going to go back to not showing you for a minute. You can't see it here either. It's on the screen. Okay. I want to get the stream banned. Okay, just looking for like medical images of people's arms. Okay, I'm finding a couple that might work. This one? If we just take like one side of it. This guy, we remove the pole, but shouldn't be too hard. Breaking into the hospital to x-ray every crab. Yes. Have a good sleep, Pythons. Okay, this one so far is my favorite. I would like it to be seen from the back, but in any case, it's a pretty long image. So I think I would just like cut it here and have only the arm. So it's not too bad. I think this one could work. And let me keep looking for a second. Words. Whoa, we got a really buff guy with scribbles? I don't know. It's buff though. Oh, that's really good, actually. Look at this. They made this person just really flex to show all the muscles. I wish I could show you the muscles. I don't have that much to show. This one's really good. Okay, this one's my choice for now. Let me go back into camera. See if I can find anything else. But so far that one is a clear winner to me. And you know, we can like move it a little bit so it feels like, you know, it's the same arm taking the same perspective, but like maybe at slightly different moments as it's like progressing. And you know, we're gonna have the arm slowly turn into crabs. So that's gonna be a change, a pretty noticeable change between the different images. Okay. I'm gonna download this image. And let's see, still not showing, just in case like Wikipedia has... Okay, Wikipedia does not have this image. Oh wait, chat. They removed the shitty AI summary. It's not there anymore. It was so bad. Let's see. This one doesn't have an AI summary yet either. It just has its regular summary. Good. They removed that shit. It was so bad. Like, it failed. It never knew what the... Like, it was 100% of the time it was making shit up. Okay, let me see if I can find this image on Wikimedia. No. Wait. Chat. I found an image that's even better. That's like literally the angle I wanted. And he has a big mustache. Perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better picture. It's not very big, but I think we don't need it to be huge. Thank you, naked dude. That's kind of jacked and has a big mustache. For saving this piece. What an incredible mustache. How dehydrated do these dudes have to be? I mean, it's like the 1900s. So... Their knowledge of health was a different stage, let's say. Is he naked? Yes. We don't see any private bits, so it's fine. It's fine to show on stream, I think. But yeah, it's like a bunch of pictures taken from this like anatomical textbook, and I guess that they had this like this one guy as an example for all the muscles. They were probably drinking more alcohol than water. Let's see. Okay, it's a bit too long actually. But you know what? That works for us. We can make the picture a little bit tighter.
That's all there is to scandalous. I will report you to myself.
No! Don't do that. Okay, how about we do this? We cut it down to the size. And then for the other images, we'll just have them be the same size again. So we'll do this. We don't need the black background anymore, or do we? Maybe I'll cut it down to the black background. That might be good, actually. But yeah, let's use this picture just 3 times just to set everything up. And we can maybe put some text in the middle, just like explaining like stages or something like that. Okay. We hit select subject here. Hopefully it'll get the guy. Although there's like other stuff in the image, so I was just thinking it might do that. Let's do this to tell Photoshop specifically get the guy. That was pretty all right. I did miss one bit, but not a huge deal. We're probably going to end up removing the thigh, so it looks like it's, you know, just taken at a slight angle, not like hanging down. And that way we keep the black background. We have to remove less lines. It'll just be a bit easier to work with. Also, it is halftone. So at some point, I think we'll just add a halftone filter on top of it. Welcome back, Bill. To life. So I think I might just do this. And then I'm gonna make that edge a little bit smoother. By using this, just feathering it a little bit, which should help. Well, it doesn't get the mustache. It doesn't understand what a mustache is. But we can do that manually. Why is a Duolingo bird here? Where? He's gone now. I think that might have been a cryptid sighting. Just at the top of the screen. Oh, it might have been an ad. It was a gift reward thing. Gift reward. For what? For like watching the stream? I never told that creepy bird to come into my stream. What the hell? Okay, so I'm turning this into a smart object, which allows me to move things around. And what I will do is I'll keep the arm as it is. Don't move. I said don't move. It loves to move, but what I want is to... What does that mean? What I want is to do this. And Bean is dreaming with some... I don't know. When you enter the chat, there was a pop-up that says your gift subs. You get some dropped thing you can claim. Interesting. Bet Duolingo's getting desperate. Because everybody's leaving after they started doing AI shit. Or I hope, at least. I hope people are not still using Duolingo. Considering that apparently it's all AI now. Did I mess with this too much? Maybe a bit too much, right? This one's going to be the normal one, so I need to make sure that the arm is more or less realistic. Okay, this should work. We're missing a bit of shoulder there. Bean, stop shaking. You're scaring me. It said that I enabled it? I never enabled some Duolingo shit. I don't like Duolingo. Let me see where this is so I can disable it. I'm gonna kill this owl. Where's that supposed to be? Rewards? Drops? Is it a drop? I don't see any Duolingo thing here. Not that I don't play a lot of games, so drops. Let me just disable drops. Let me know if that kills the owl. It said it was a drop. Okay, I've disabled drops. I want to see this shitty AI owl's face anywhere around this stream. They require you to use Duolingo for Spanish class? I think your Spanish teacher does not want to work, Bill. Also, check out this cat. You get the long view of him. How about that? I'm gonna try to put it right above Bean. Oh, it's hard. It's hard to actually show his face. Yeah. You get the Bean ass. It's a funny view.
Ah.
Hey, Welsh. I had to film a movie. I made a horror movie with some people get murdered in the woods while camping. Sounds fun. As an assignment? Bean, no, don't make us learn perspective. Bean teaches you foreshortening by showing you his beans. Sorry, Bean. Sorry, little man. Did I wake you up? He wants attention. You've earned it. I just pulled on your leg. Literally. So you deserve a little bit of attention. How about that? Let me put the camera correctly. There it is. Hello, Bean. Chad, do you want a full screen Bean? Good Bean. Good Bean. He is a beautiful creature. The headbutts. I love when he does that. Oh, he's saying hi to chat. Scratching the mic. Kiss, thank you. Oh, he loves the headbutt. Want to say hi to chat? Right here. Yeah. Hold on. I'll bring you chat. I'll bring chat to you. How about that, Bean? Oh, wait. The cable can only get us here. Bean. Why is he looking at you like that? Why the suspicious look? He just coughed at you. Bean! Be nice to chat. Say hi to them. Here. No? Okay. He wants to say hi to the mic. There we go. I'll have to figure out the same way I have shortcuts to like change the Bean camera. Like, oh. Like so. I should have a shortcut that zooms in the Bean camera. So you guys can get close-ups of Bean when he's like here in this corner. Good Bean. There you go. Okay, hop on the shoulders. Help me do art, Bean. Hop on. Come on. Here. He's looking at me with a tired face, like, I don't want to do it. Come on. No? He just wants to look at me from below. Being buffered and bit crushed? Oh no. Is your connection okay? Or is my connection okay? Hope it is. Because yesterday I had like a couple like slowdowns on the stream. I think it was my connection. Come on. Hop on, dude. I need to clean the table. It's full of hair. It's full of hair for some reason. Look at his ass. The hair just falling out of his ass. Come on, Bean. Hop on. I'll give you your treats. I'll give you your treats. Come on. Ooh, don't use your claws like that. Okay, just before I switch, I want to show you what Bean Cuddles means. What that means for my workspace. I push it up to the end of the table and it makes like nice little packs that at the end of the day I just pick up. But it also flies everywhere. Oh, Bean. What did you do to me? I love you so, but you're so hairy, dude. Okay, let me switch back. Let me switch back so you guys can see Photoshop. Yes, Bean, I love you. Woken him up so rudely, now you're asking me to do stuff. That's true, that's true. I don't blame him. Twitch shut down a bunch of servers? It did? Can you look up if they switched out or shut down the Spanish servers? At least I think there were 2. Like it's Madrid 1 and Madrid 2 was the servers I usually stream from. Whichever one is the least busy. Not that they're very busy at this time. As I'm such a late night streamer here in Spain. Oh, I don't need to have beam cam on. Big has satellite hairs. They're still connected to his body. Like full body whiskers. He'll yell at you if you mess up. Love that. From what I heard, it was mostly American servers. There was an article I found. I had some links to resources to guide streamers. Configuring. Oh, let me know if you can find that article. I can check if any of the Spanish servers were affected. Hopefully not. Okay, so we can do this. And... oh wait, this should only affect this area. Hold on. I'm gonna make a group. I'm gonna put this layer mask on the group. That allows us to do things better. So I can put this group in screen mode. And there we go. It will never be like darker than the background. Which is what we want. Thanks, Mechtel. Check it out. Silently remove streaming servers worldwide. Awesome. Oh, I mean, they removed most of European servers. It says in this article here, there were over 20 servers, but now there's only 7. Bean, don't attack the mic. What was that about? Hey, Artie. Can't stay for long, but I'll be at work. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so... do they still have... okay, so the Spain one is still... whoa! Still one of the few available ones. It's telling me... yeah, so there's only one in Spain now. There used to be 2 servers in Spain, like Madrid 1 and Madrid 2. Now it's only Madrid 1, but at least it's like close to me. So it shouldn't affect the stream quality too much. Hopefully. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. Love when Twitch does that without letting anybody know. It's shady as hell. It's their service, like they can do whatever, but they should at least let streamers know, right? Especially if you have like a specific server configured and suddenly you can't go live and you don't know why. You haven't been told that your server has gone down. And since I switched to the new SSD, I had a lot of the configurations. Since I had to like remake my Twitch set up from scratch. I had a lot of things set to default, and I think my server's set to default, so it should have just defaulted to the nearest available one, which is Madrid. But yeah, there's one less server, which means at certain hours that could cause some problems. Few people I follow get so much latency and connection issues that their streams will drop multiple times in an hour. Damn. Streaming service removes streaming for a more streamlined streaming experience. I mean, I think it probably has to do with the fact that Twitch has never, ever, ever made money. They lose money every year since they exist. It's one of those services that's subsidized by venture capital at first, and now it's because Amazon bought it. But Amazon has not managed to make it profitable, ever. They always end up losing more money than they make. That's why they're always like trying to come up with like more monetization things. They're trying to make it profitable. Still have not found the way though. And still, and they don't make money, and that is with straight up taking 50% of every subscription. Every time you subscribe to Twitch, you subscribe to me or anybody on Twitch, Twitch takes 50% of the money you paid. The streamer gets the other 50. And sometimes it's worse than that. Sometimes it's more. Same with like bits and everything else. Like everything you pay on Twitch directly, Twitch takes 50% of that by default. That's why I say if you want to support me, you know, obviously Twitch subscriptions are cool. You get like the emotes and stuff. But the best way, Patreon. Patreon takes 10%. That's their fee. So I get 90% of what you send me on Patreon. Technically less than that because there's the costs of the actual physical rewards, but you get cool physical rewards. You get packs of cards. I should show these more. I haven't seen. I'll show them often enough. You get packs of cards like these. Little fake Polaroids. Every 3 months you get a pack of cards. If you're on the Patreon. 3 cards for every month you've been subscribed, or if you're in the 3rd tier, you get 6 cards per month you've been subscribed. Oh, let me show you something fun I just got. I ordered a custom stamp. Check this out. Look at this. Custom stamp, and you stamp it on something. Does this. Makes a little logo with my symbol and the little Polaroid shape. And those will be on the envelopes. When you get your postcards, you'll see the big symbol on the envelope. Which is fun. I used this, like, I stamped like 100 of these the other day, just when I got it. It was a lot of fun. It's more fun than printing them, because, like, no stamp will ever be perfect. Sometimes they'll just, like, be textured and a little wonky, and I think that just adds a lot. It adds a lot of personality to it. Hey, Sadie. Letting the bean outside too. Sliding door, outside water, entire furnace need replacing. Damn. hope you can get that sorted. It's like a nightmare. Okay, let's go back to Photoshop, shall we? Okay, so we can start with normal arm. Then keep using the same picture, just like obviously different versions of it. It's going to be slightly moved. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the whole group right here and delete this. I'm going to order them correctly. I'm going to move the paper texture so it's not the exact same. Then I'm going to delete the soft light here, levels, and I'm going to mess with the puppet warp. I have the coldest room in the house. What is... Oh, it's the lines I removed. Okay, I'll take care of those later. For now, let's just find a good pose for like middle arm. Okay, we don't care much about the position of the arm itself. It's like starting around the shoulder, we'll be slowly transforming it into the exoskeleton. But I care more about like the position of the body and just making it feel like, you know, it's the same person, but not taken at the exact same time. Hopefully we can manage that. Okay, so we're gonna fix up the missing area here. Don't worry too much about the texture being weird. Obviously, I've taken something with a halftone texture or halftone like pattern on it, and then just like moved it around. So it's gonna be weird. But at the end of the day, we'll just add our own halftone on top of everything. So it will hopefully work all right. We'll see though. Some big guys are little guys. That is true. We've seen the traditional Scandinavian elves, once with with holes in their back, usually filled with either bark or rotten meats. I have not seen that. Rotten meats. That does sound very cool, though. Okay, that's all fixed up. Certain mountains are fossilized trolls. Yeah, I love that. I love that sort of folklore. Incidentally, the animated show Hilda is a delight. It is. I love Hilda. You've seen this emote? This high emote? It's made by my friend Theo, who was one of the animators on the show Hilda. Okay, we got our 3 images. This one we're gonna move around later. But first, let's start transforming this one. So, we're gonna do big 1, 2, and 3. Gonna have the intermediate one here, and you know what? Let's do this one first. Let's do the third one first, because it's the final stage, and having the initial and final, we can do like an intermediate that works. I think that might be better. Okay, so we'll do the same thing we did for the others. We're gonna change the pose, and especially now, we don't really care about the arm, because it's gonna get cut off right now, changed completely. So once again, sort of a slightly different position. Troll Hunter is fun. I watched that as a kid. I love that. Categorizing mythical creatures. I feel like it's something that's hard. I don't think you can really categorize folklore very easily, because there's just like enormous variation. There's going to be like the standard way a folklore story is told, because one day a folklorist, guy who studies folklore, went into a village and asked this old lady, hey, tell me the story of the trolls or whatever we might be talking about. And they got like one account. They wrote that in a book. And now when people want to like learn about this folklore, they will read this book, and this will be like sort of the canonized account. But maybe if you ask like another old lady in the same village, she would have a different story. And if you went to the next village over, there'll be a completely different story with the same like name to it, right? You'll see this in Asturias a ton, where there's like a bunch of folklore and it just like intermingles, and it's like many variations of the same thing. And if you only like read like the superficial or the sort of the standard account of it, you're like, oh yeah, that's this story, that's what this creature does. And then you'll start reading more accounts, and it's completely contradictory with the first ones. And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. I think that's one of the things that make folklore so fun. But it's also something that I feel like it just makes folklore really hard to make broad statements about and categorize. Because I'll give you one example. El Sumicio in the folklore of Asturias is often categorized as a house elf, as a little guy that goes around your house and steals things. But this whole categorization of this folklore creature comes from a single account that one folklorist wrote about in a book about the folklore of Asturias in the early 20th century. And there's literally no accounts of this creature being an elf before then. This guy heard a story about a creature that misplaced objects around the house. And they just interpreted and said, oh, this must be related to the house elf. So they classified it with the house elves, when there's literally no mention of it being an elf before. And it's more likely originally, and obviously a million variations, folklore is impossible to classify, but originally it's more likely an invisible creature, like it has no form, and it's sort of a personification of the void. It's a sort of a void that eats things. So it survives in the, most people don't think of it as a specific creature with a shape, or nowadays, people that have read it as a house elf will think about it as a house elf. But there's the expression, the Sumithiu ate this. Like, oh, where did I leave my keys? Someone will say, oh, the Sumithiu must have eaten it. That's like where it survives, a sort of expression. But originally, it probably was something of a invisible void that ate things. And so when I did the edits, that's the Sumithiu is one of the things I represented in the folklore of Asturias. And I turned it into a frog. Because I thought it was cute. So it has no specific shape. I'll give it my own and try to make it very specifically not a house elf. So that is more of a misconception. Where is this? Gotta find it for you. Where did I put this? Oh, Bean is calling me. Hold on, I'll show you the Sumithiu and go get Bean. Ah, here it is. That's the Sumithiu I did. So yeah, that's also one of the fun things about folklore. It's not set in stone. It never is. So offering your own interpretation of the stories you heard as a kid, right? This is, I think, it's not like canonically correct or incorrect to make the Sumithiu into a frog. It's just one of hundreds or thousands of interpretations of this thing that have existed through the years as it's like slowly mutated. And this is adding to the folklore. Like maybe somebody from Asturias has seen this and said, oh, I never thought of the Sumithiu as this. And now maybe like one day they'll tell like their kids about the Sumithiu eating things. And they'll go like, oh, and it looks like a big frog. Because they saw this once, right? And that way it keeps spreading in this. And when I tell my kids about the Sumithiu, I'll tell them it's a big frog. And I'll show them this image. So like, see, it's real. I'll trick my kids. But yeah. Anyway, rant about folklore. I just think it's interesting. Oh yeah, gotta get Bean. Let me get Bean and have a really quick bathroom break. I can fill up my drinks, go to the bathroom, and make this crab. Be right back. I'm back. Did you miss me? I got the bean too. He's just down there. Bean, you wanna come over? I think he wants to play with his toys. Hi, chat. Oh, hello, Bean. Hold on. Turn on the Bean cam. Here it is. There he is, the boy. Hi, Bean. So you're talking about cryptids and folklore? I think they're exactly the same thing. Cryptids are just younger, but they're Bean. They are folklore. And aliens too. Aliens are folklore. As in like UFOs, that sort of thing. Not like alien life existing. But the whole lore of aliens and abductions, etc. It's just like fairies. It just uses it's folklore.
Would you consider the really famous creepypasta as a form of folklore?
Absolutely, yeah. It's like modern internet folklore, definitely. And you know how like folklore is usually tied to a place? The internet is a place, metaphorically, right? But you know, it is a place in many ways. And yeah, like it's like folklore tied to the internet. It's been interesting in that way. But yeah, cryptids just use, and UFOs, etc. They use the veneer of science because it's a modern folklore, right? They use the veneer of science in the same way that old folklore would use magic. Makes sense. Does that make sense? What are you doing, Bean? Hello. Well, I don't know how much of this arm I'll use. We'll see. I'll leave it like this for now, because I don't think the hand is going to be there at all. All creepypasta is folklore. Yeah, definitely. Like, I think it turns... Not all creepypasta is folklore. I think it turns into folklore the moment it passes hands. Like, when a story... When I make something, right? Oh, Valdivia Discord role? I thought you had that already. You didn't have that yet? Hold on, Bill. You will have it now. I don't know, I was under the impression you had it. Okay, where is this? Valdiviant. Oh, found it. There you go. You got the roll now. Okay, so when I make a story, if I post about the ghost plane, right? It's a story. It's just like a standard work of fiction. I wouldn't consider this folklore, even though, you know, it has a bit of veneer folklore, because I say like, oh, people have been talking about this. Like, I give it a folklore vibe, but it isn't folklore. It's just a story told by one guy. But what if people say like, oh, I like this story, and they build on it? They say like, yeah, there's this other ghost plane, or yeah, there's this other sighting of the ghost plane. There's like, they make up some story about it. They build on it, and they put it out. Then it becomes more like folklore. And at this point, it's still two people, so it's something you could say, oh, it's fan art or something. But if it sort of becomes a thing that people build on, it's, I think at that point it's folklore. So a lot of creepypasta has that because people sort of built on it. SCP in a lot of ways is a bit of modern folklore. If not the individual stories, sort of the lore that's still building up. I don't know, Slenderman is a classic example, right? Like, it was one guy that made a couple little stories, like the kind of stuff I make. I'm very inspired by the original Slenderman posts, right? But then people took that and started building on it and making their own stories. And a lot of what we know as like the Slenderman lore was just built upon by a lot of people, where you're like, sometimes you can't even pinpoint like who made which part of the folklore. So yeah, Slenderman is like 100% folklore. Some other creepypasta, I would say less so. Like, I would say it's, you know, maybe like in a more intermediate stage. Depends on how many people have like built on it. I mean, a lot of creepypastas are meant to feel real. How many people thought the Russian sleep experiment was real when they read it as a kid? Or personally, for me, the one I believed, that freaked me out a lot, was the Pokemon Lavender Town Syndrome. That one freaked me out so bad. I'm changing the mustache shape a little bit. The other pictures, because they would have been taken some time apart. And it wouldn't be like the same angle for the face, things like that. Also, there's a bit of folklore that's really interesting. It's child lore, which is, I think that's a technical term for it. It's specific stories and little things that are passed down from kids to kids. Like, it's very rarely like an adult passing this on to a kid. It's always like older kids to younger kids, and as they become adults, they just forget about it. So it just becomes a thing in like the culture of children specifically. The biggest example of this is like the cool S. Everybody has a friend who drew the cool S, and they learn how to draw it, and then they drew it in notebooks. Right? It's like the classic do this and this and this. Right? Classic cool S. That's child lore. I think that's the technical term. Okay. Which crab should we use for this? I think this one maybe? It's like very clear. Do this. It's a bit long though. You can find more. There's plenty of crabs in the sea. But let's see if this works. The hook-handed man. What is that? That's copy pasta. It's like man hook car door. What is? I don't know if by memory. It's a really classic one. And tooth. Welcome, crabs. The ultimate life form, indeed. I agree with Lilith. People historically wouldn't necessarily have all agreed that folklore story was real. Absolutely not. A lot of folklore it only exists to scare children, so they go to bed, or they don't like fall into the well. And parents know it's not real. Parents know it's not a creature waiting for them in the well, or someone who eat them if they don't sleep. But I literally have a book full of these. I think I've shown this one. Iberian monsters. This is like a bestiary of creatures meant to scare children. And it's just a bunch of examples. Hold on. Like, yeah. Here's one from Asturias. Ave Marin. This guy comes from the sea.
A little kid there was a bit of lore that fact me up so bad he couldn't look into mirrors at night. An older girl would tell me stories a planche about Bloody Mary coming through the dismembering people. Anyways, I still struggle to look into mirrors at night at 31. I was 5 at the time now.
So, all these like children scaring creatures. Parents didn't believe in them. They're meant to teach a lesson. Some of them are interesting because they're based on history. So they have like monsters that are based on like different historical events or well-known like, you know, like old serial killers I'm looking for the Sacamantecas. So there was this, I can't find a specific one, but there was this specific one, or this basically collection of, oh, did I stop the music? Oh, there it is. Okay, so there was this belief in Spain. It was pretty specific to Spain. It might exist in other places, probably in Portugal at the very least. There was this belief that human fats, especially fat of a kid, had like some healing properties, especially for tuberculosis. So there were, and this existed, like this, there are real documented cases of this, not only folklore. There were cases of serial killers that would go around killing kids to remove their fats and use it and then sell it to rich people as a fake cure for tuberculosis. It's like sort of a, you know, magical cures sort of thing. But there were a couple cases, like it really actually happened that people were killed for this. But they were like small isolated cases. It wasn't like it was like old school serial killers. The word didn't exist for it, but these people turned into folklore creatures. Like the history of them just sort of morphed into monsters, because they were monsters, right? They were people who would kill children. So trying to find like, I know there's like a chapter on this. These are all like categorized, and I think there's a whole category for Sacamantecas.
I got the stuff zone quarry it's all ethically sourced.
Hold on, it should be on the Sangres. I can't find it specifically, but I read about it, so I know it's in this book. But yeah, it's basically the story I related to you. It's like an actual serial killer. I got convicted and stuff. Like they paid the price, but one of them was from the north of Spain. I think he killed some people in Asturias, actually. He, when he got caught, he claimed to be a lycanthrope, which is really interesting. It's like, if you've ever like been interested in like historical cases of lycanthropy, you've read about this guy. He killed a bunch of people, and he did this like Sacamantecas thing. Like he would take out their fat and sell it, and he got caught. When he got caught, he said he did not remember any of it because he turned into a wolf and killed people that way. Obviously, you know, it was an excuse. I don't know if if this was an actual like thing he believed. So some like a mental illness. I'm more inclined to believe he was making it up as a legal defense, a very strange legal defense, right? It didn't work. He got convicted, and but it's if you ever read about like historical cases of lycanthropy, there's like a classic example. Man door, hand hook, car door. Thank you. I was trying to find that specific combination of words, Budgie. Mentally, school went through an absolute craze around Momo. I remember Momo. I was too old for it. Like I didn't. I just remembered seeing pictures of it and hearing that people had, you know, people were going crazy about that one. People were trying to find Momo in Minecraft. Oh, I love kid activities like that. Yeah, they probably watched a video about Momo in Minecraft and then they went around trying to find it. Well, I would say all of those that you have, Bill, cryptids, mythological creatures, ghosts, aliens, UFOs, that is all folklore to me. Obviously, you can have your own definition of it, but I believe this is UFOs, a lot of government conspiracy stuff, you know, like modern day paranormal stuff where it's like, it is couched in the veneer of science, but it is, to me, it's the same folklore as like the old school definition of folklore. Okay, so I'm thinking of using this for the final arm, but we're gonna have to shorten it, obviously. But we can use this for the first segment. And maybe keep it up to this spot. And then we have a copy of it. Where we get this, make it a bit smaller so it fits in the image. Now we try to match them. Whoa, what happened to... Oops. Taking the wrong layer. In a cemetery near Swan Valley, a specific tomb that's believed to be the tomb of a werewolf. You're not going to tomb 3 times. It'll knock 3 times back. I like that. I haven't watched Dandanan yet either. I think like Japanese culture generally has the right idea about cryptids, and you'll see a lot of cryptid stuff. If you see all the little cryptid and alien things, plushies I got in the background, that's all from Japan. They use the term UMAs there, which is unidentified mystery animal or something. It's an English term, but I've never seen used in English. It's an English term that's only used in Japan, as far as I know, which is interesting in its own right. But but if you look up stuff about UMAs, it includes aliens, it includes folklore creatures. Like, it's sort of a continuum of the same thing. And I think that's the right idea. I fully support that method of classification, that way of seeing modern folklore as just a continuation of old folklore. And it's interesting because I think Japan is an interesting case in terms of folklore, because you got both things. You got a really rich history of folklore with a ton of interesting creatures in their own right, really well documented. You guys probably know a bunch of them. And you also got another rich history of modern stuff like UFOs, conspiracy theories, aliens, their own like Bigfoot-like creatures. They got both things. When generally you, in like most countries, like folklore, you get one or the other. Like Spain has a lot of old folklore, a lot of old creatures. We don't have a ton of like homegrown cryptids. People don't really care about cryptids here. And that's okay. We got a lot of folklore. But Japan is interesting in that regard, because they got both and they let them coexist, right? For example, like the USA has mostly just like young folklore, mostly like cryptozoology and aliens and stuff. So I think that's why like most people there see it as a different thing to folklore, because like, no, we have one, we don't have the other. I'll just say Native Americans have a ton of really interesting folklore. I mean, like settler and settler descended Americans. Doing a ghost tour with a gift shop? Hell yeah. Ghost merch. Do any of y'all have animals / aberrations you'd want to see in Dredge? Are you're making more? What are cool fish that don't appear in Dredge? Squid aberration is going to have fractal basket star arms. Good choice. Oh, how do you call these in English? Brittle stars. You should do brittle star aberrations. They're already like scary as hell. I think brittle star is the name, right? It's a few in Spanish. I just like don't remember the correct English term. Okay, we want the body to have like sort of the same color as these claws. So I might just like put it on a color layer. That works perfectly, actually. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so I got 1 and 3, and for the first one, we're gonna also do the color thing. That's a good list, Bill. Headless Chicken Monster, definitely. It's a great one. Okay, now we do intermediate stage. Would be the best way of making an intermediate stage between full crab arm and man arm. Also fixing up the edge. So there's a bit of a bleeding edge there. It'd probably be too hard, but I wish I could make it so that a Nidhogg pushes a container of fractal juice into the ocean. That was the reason for the ship accident. I like that. Oh, I just noticed this weird sharp thing in the corner. There we go. Yeah, I should also figure out the lighting for this a bit better. So it should be lit up a bit more on top. Here it works. Here it a little less. Down here doesn't work very well. So we're just going to darken things down here, and then we're going to add a color layer to equalize the color all over, so it's not a bit of a mess. All right, good. Now for the intermediate step. I mean, we have this. So I could start by adding like bits of it. Maybe I'll take this arm and no, the lighting is backwards. It's the opposite. Okay, let's take a bit of the arm we did use. Like so. And oh, this needs to be here. There we go. So if I just use like little bits and start mixing them in, that would be good. Okay. What is Bean dreaming about? He's shaking his little paw. Okay, that's a good start. Let's do a similar thing in the forearm. It's like sort of blending into this sort of shape. And then we'll have to figure out some sort of intermediate in between hand and claw. I'm just thinking like, what would that look like? I mean, the good thing about using the same texture here is that we got like little patterns like this here in the arm that will be maintained across the different images. So we do get like good continuity, which I think is pretty helpful. We must be having an intense dream right now. Okay, you know what else we should add? On the third stage, I think we should have like the beginnings of second limb. Just by using other bits of the same picture. Hey, Bean. Yeah. Good morning to you. If you don't mind me doing so, can I talk about the folklore encrypted Swan Valley? Yeah, sure. Tell me. Okay, let me grab... Hi, Bean. Hello to you as well. Let me grab these legs. Hi, Bean. Lovely being. Oh, you're making it hard to select things on Photoshop, Bean. Bean. You're making it so hard. Do you want to do art? No, you just want to headbutt me. He just wants to headbutt. Understandable. Bean. Love you too. Hello. What is it? Do you want to do art? Do you just want to cuddle? He just wants to cuddle. Jump on. Come on. I'll give you a treat if you jump on. You see this? That's the treats you will get if you hop on the shoulders. Come on. Come on. Hey, you see, it's here. It's here. He's thinking about it. Come on. Look. Come on. You don't want to do it? You don't want to do treats? I'm holding it for you. He doesn't want to be tricked. Come on. There you go. Oh, you made my pen fall. Now that's an issue. Because now you're on my shoulders. Okay. Get the dust. Get down on your feet like that. I'm about to. Oh. He did not want to stay on while I ducked. Crocodilian thing with rainbow scales. Ooh. Bean, bean, bean. Bean. Oh, yeah. He's so cuddly. $1868. Oh, that's pretty old for cryptids. For American cryptids, at least. What is it, Bean? Why? Do you want to do art? Are you ready to do art? Don't bite the tip. Don't bite the tip of the pen. You want to do art? Let me get... I don't know if he wants to, but let me get a canvas ready for the boy. Should we do the standard, Bean? White on black? Or do you want to do another color? Bean, don't eat that. Don't eat that. Nope. Oh god, the screen is so full of hair. There we go. Well, I'll have these layers ready in case Bean wants to do art. I don't know what he's thinking about right now, though. Okay, so we're going to take this set of legs. We're going to put it in pick 3 right underneath everything else that's going to be here. And we're just going to get a little glimpse of it. Don't know exactly where to put it, but I think it should be lower. Bean? Do you want to attack something random in the back? I see you looking at the notebook like it's the notepad, like it's a juicy treat. But it isn't. That is not a juicy treat. Prospectors found the mummy of a tiny humanoid. Ended up being the mummy of a 62-year-old woman. Was it like shrunk? Because you know, like how mummies will shrink sometimes? Not sure where to place this. I think it's just a little glimpse of it down here. Oh, I also should do another thing on the final transformation person. I want to like lower their head down. Or let me push everything up first. What is that? Oh. There we go. Pushing everything up a little bit. Then I'm going to take the head, or copy of the head. And I'm going to push it down. So it feels like this person has less neck. Is that a picture in the operating room? Let's see. Oh. Yeah, very interesting. Thank you, Ned. I can't wait to see it, Liz. I'll let you cook. Okay, so I'm having like the head like descend into the body like a crab. Crabs are known for not having necks. Another thing I would like to add is bits of shell. So we're gonna go once again. Oh, first of all, we got this layer here. That's only the legs, right? We're gonna keep them as their own separate layer. And then we're gonna take... this crab doesn't have a lot of interesting texture on the back. That's unfortunate. Let's see if any of these do. Oh, this one's spiky, but very, very small spikes. Like, we don't have a lot of texture to work with. This one's hairy, but again, not a lot of texture. Okay, let's see. The same collection has a lot of pictures, and I bet it'll have one that sort of has what we need. So we got these like sort of spire crab looking things. Really, really spiky, maybe too spiky. That's the vibe. That's closer to the vibe. See, this is the kind of texture I was looking for, so this might be a lot better. Or have this sort of spiky thing, but not really, really pointy. Am I seeing the infamous video of the supposed real pterosaur flying about over Boise, Idaho? People claim it to be the Goobler. The Goobler is a really good name. Okay, I think this texture might be perfect, actually. Let's see what we can do with it. I'm gonna do a quick selection of this, because that's more or less the area that we do need. And we're gonna take that down to our third picture. I'm gonna put it here, I think. And Obviously, if we just keep it with this shape, it's going to be too crab, not human enough. Do need a bit of humanity left in there. So we're going to combine this with the face, still keep the human silhouette, but the back is already like turning into an exoskeleton. And I do like these textures a lot. I think we can apply it to the second step as well, where we can have some of these textures starting to poke through. Raf, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Okay. Let's do the same thing here. Start applying it to the back, but more lightly. It's still an intermediate stage. Something where it just feels like a weird skin disorder or something. Posting the fishy? Check it out, hold on. Let me know where you posted. Oh, these are great. I love the messed up mouth these guys have. That's very good. Oh, doesn't let me right click. Just... Okay, let me click away. Click back in. It still doesn't right click. What? Is it the tablet? Okay, Bean was pressing a button. I think that was it. It was a Bean issue. You know how it is. Okay, what if we took the extra arms and put them somewhere over here? But wait, hold on. Here. Oh, wrong group. Picture 2. There we go. What if you had like tiny sort of sprouting little limbs here? Still very like small, but I sent the video. The pterosaur one? The goobler. Hold on. I hadn't seen that. Whoa, it doesn't flip? It doesn't flip? That's more, that's more. Oh, it's just a repeat. Okay. It's a slow down at the same. Goobler. tablet has better color range than your laptop. This bothers me how yellow my art is when I look in the other screen. Yeah, it's something I've been considering a bit more lately, to the point where I changed a shortcut. You can see you might see the difference. I'm not sure. This shortcut changes from the P3 color range, which is the range of my screen, and the range of like most phones nowadays, and some like higher end computers. But when I press Ctrl-Shift-Y, it switches to sRGB, which is like sort of the classic color range of online that you used to have. Nowadays, you can get away with P3 a bit more, so that's why I've been switching my latest pieces. I've been doing them in P3, which is a much higher color range. And you can, I don't know, I can see the difference very well. I don't know if you guys can see it on the stream, but this is with P3, and this is with the smaller sRGB, and you can see how it desaturates. So I have a shortcut to just like switch to the other, just to see like, okay, will this desaturate a lot in sRGB? And I actually didn't do it yesterday, which should have. I'm actually gonna check real quick. If you missed it yesterday, we did this. Where is it? This piece about an alligator that pretends to be human with its big nose that looks like a face to lure people in. So again, this is a full piece in P3. And if I do this, it switches to sRGB. Not a huge difference, but you can see I mean, I can see, again, it might depend on your screen, but I can see how and actually like the color space of the stream itself, I'm not sure if the stream gets crunched to sRGB. So let me know if you see the difference here. sRGB, P3. You guys see a difference? Like the color when it's P3 right now, the color is more saturated. When you switch to sRGB, it's more desaturated. Anyway, I just thought it would be interesting. See a slight? Yeah, it's probably going to be crunched by the stream itself. Yeah, I'm gonna try to have like from now on my pieces, at least for my website, for people who see it with good screens, they will see a higher color range, and the others will get a slightly more desaturated picture. Can you see it on the crab? Can't see on this one. Interesting. It feels more noticeable for me on the crab. Yeah, what is this? Oh, this is an old thing we opened. So I'm thinking just having a couple small ones kind of poke out. Like that. Closest mode there is to a crab. I guess, I mean, technically a butterfly is a crustacean, so you're not far off. It's funny for me to think about how all insects are crustaceans. everything is crab. No matter how you look at it. Fixing up some of the colors, because as I add more things, it becomes more complex. The colors start being messed up a little bit. I'm kind of afraid of your mathematics teacher finding out you're not religious. I think your math teacher needs help more than anything. Because as Liz says, if that is a problem you got to worry about, then that is a problem on her end. Okay, so the last thing we need to do here is figuring out a way to combine a hand and a claw. That's sort of what I'm blanking out. Like, would it just be a smaller claw? Would the... How about, okay, we get the fingers themselves sort of fusing into a single mass, getting pointier, and then the thumb becoming the other side of the claw. So... Okay, we'll use a new hand, because this one's going to be hard to use. So let's go into pick 2 here, and let's figure something out. We'll just do a very general search for hand, because I'm not sure exactly, like, what our best angle and stuff is going to be. I think honestly something like this. That I know that's a statue, but something like this might work. Let me try this statue. As weird as that is. So we're gonna put this somewhere in this group. Gonna desaturate it. And, or actually colorize with the same sort of color as the background. Because we're going, considering the angle here of the hands on this third picture, and that's the same bit of the claw that we're using, we should be seeing the hand from the back, which, I mean, if you're looking at this from the back, yeah, it also, because we're seeing this, right? Seeing the elbow. So I think it should match. Should rotate it like this a bit, though. If it grew from the bone and slowly clipped into the skin. Just pushing from your bones pushing from the inside. I like that. So okay, let me figure this out. If we fuse the fingers into more of a single shape. She called you an escalator? What? What's that supposed to mean? I'm gonna have to edit the colors after this, but and honestly, using a statue, not too bad, because the skin is sort of turning into an exoskeleton, so just using that stone texture isn't too out of place. So that's good, I hope. What if I made these fingers also fuse? So they start becoming like these little bumps, whatever you call those. Pretty horrifying. Now for the thumb. And I think the thumb still has to look sort of like a thumb, because otherwise it's going to be hard to see this as a hand. Okay, so what I'll do is just make the thumb really big, I think. Just grab this. Turn that into a smart object. I'm just going to change the shape to be more like a claw. Sideways, because that way it's not your finger doing this, it's your finger like flexing this way, which is a bit ickier to me. think it needs to be pointier. But I do have a crab claw here for a reason, so let's combine it. And let me also solidify this edge. Okay, is this a full layer? Yes. So we might be able to combine the thumb with this. Let's see if that works. Oh, you can see the difference in qualities. That's okay, because next thing we're doing is crunching everything to a sort of like with a halftone filter, so it'll like the quality of the separate elements is not going to matter too much. Or so I hope. Alright, the thumb has mutated into this horrible mess, horrible claw. To darken this bit. There we go. Now we got something that is a little claw-like while staying, you know, still hopefully being recognizable as a hand. Also, hi, Spacey. I don't think I said hi to you. How are you doing? Apart from the headache. Oh. Bean's tail accepted this transform for me. Oh, Bean. What's going on with your tail? Okay, so this whole group is a hand. Can rotate it a bit, I think. And now we have an intermediate between hand and claw. Now let's do that thing I mentioned and apply a halftone. We're going to start with the first one here. We're going to go pick one. And, oh shit, no, I don't have my halftone texture. Need to remake it from scratch? Or maybe not. Hold up, chat. Got an idea. Oh, I haven't saved this whole stream. Oof. Living dangerously. Okay, so my potential idea is I'm going to go to one of the thumbnails I've done for the SCP Archives podcast. Actually, the template I use. Because that has the pattern that I need to make a halftone pattern, because I use halftone patterns on all the new season thumbnails. Okay, so this is the effect. Here, yeah, we got the halftone pattern. This is it. That's the pattern. And can I save it? Because that means I don't have to remake it. It does remember the pattern. It just doesn't save it here, which is strange. New pattern? It works! Okay. I actually had like some... I had it. I'm silly. I had the halftone pattern. I had downloaded it again. But now I know how to recover patterns, which is one of the things I had completely lost. But if I have any documents, I have them. I can recover them now. That's good. It's really good. Anyway, I'll take this halftone pattern and... You can just put this on anything. Like, I'll just put it here to show you. Boom. It turns it into a halftone. It's kind of hard to see on stream. Kind of hard to look at. But we can put it on this. And just apply it with a low hard mix. And then do a gradient map. And I think I might have some of the... Like start with the standard black and white one. And now we'll just pick colors from the lower one here. I'll see you, Nad. Hope I see you tomorrow. Have a good time zone. Okay, so as you can see, this has essentially transformed our picture into just like dots of different sizes. By doing this, I need to do it like that. Okay. Actually, if I pick one here and just put it on as a darken layer, there we go. It'll never be lighter than the paper. Or does that actually work? I'm not sure. Maybe multiply? But I need to change the gradient map. Oh, Bean is switching. Ha. There we go. Okay, why does darken not work? It's interesting. Darker color, maybe? Oh, I know why. I need to go to the gradient map and just like make this white. There we go. And now we can see the paper texture through this and get a nice halftone. And the funny thing about this halftone is by changing the fill here, I can change how harsh it is. So if you go 100%, it's going to be like basically like harsh edges like that. If you lower the fill, it starts getting a little blurrier and you start getting some like grays in between, which makes things a bit nicer to look at. But if you go to the halftone texture here, you can change the angle. Let's do like 15. So it's not perfectly level. And you can change the scale. So if you lower the scale, the size of these little dots changes. And by doing that, get something a bit more bit more pleasing to look at. And we can apply this to the other texture, so the other pictures. So we're going to make a copy of this. Put it in picture 2. Make one more copy and actually remove the color here. Make another copy, put it in picture 3. Remove the color. Put these two in darker color or darken. I think both work similarly. Yeah. And there we go. You see how having two pictures of different styles and different levels of quality would not matter too much. Once I added the halftone, it just blends in. Lynn, thank you so much for the follow. So I'm just going to add a soft light layer to just help with the lighting in some areas. Maybe even a normal layer below it. Okay, I want the edges of like the arm and stuff to be visible. But only a little bit. I want to go here. Favorite conspiracy theory? You know I'm not good at choosing favorites. I'll tell you can ask me my opinion on specific ones, and I'll give you that. But a favorite is a difficult thing to have. Me. The moon being hollow or an alien base. I think that's a bit silly. I tend to think the alien ones, most of them are silly. I like a conspiracy theory when it has a good bit of lore or world building, let's say. I know a fair bit about conspiracy theories. But compared to you, I'm on a much lower level. You know some niche stuff. Oh, I kind of lost on the guy's mustache. It's a little harder to see with a halftone, but I think it's an okay sacrifice. Now the thing is, we did lose the paper texture on the black areas. So I'm gonna rescue it. I'm gonna find this paper texture. going to put it over the 3 of them here. And I'm going to apply it as lighter color, I think should work. Okay, zoom in Photoshop, please. Okay, does lighter color work? A little bit, a little bit. How about lighten? Yeah, we do get a bit of the texture back. Finding aliens through astral projection. Yeah, a lot of aliens conspiracy theories like mix in with like new age, like spiritism stuff, or spirituality stuff, which is interesting. Mooney's an Egg, obviously. I do like that one a lot. Favorite aesthetically is the Fresnos. I wouldn't call the Fresno Nightcrawlers a conspiracy theory. That would be a cryptid. Unless there's some conspiracy element, I think. There's a gigantic lobster on the dark side of the moon. Does anybody actually believe that? It's a lot of things. Like whenever somebody tells me a conspiracy theory, I feel like that's an interesting concept for a conspiracy theory, but are there people that actually believe these? It always baffles me when it turns out that somebody does believe in it. You don't like conspiracy theories very much? I think there are some fun ones from the world building perspective. You gotta always be careful with the anti-Semitism though. It always crops up. Okay, we've got 3 pictures. Same guy, slowly turning into a crab. Now, I was thinking of adding a little bit of text in between each of these. First of all, I'm gonna remove the layers we didn't use. That's the bean art layer that Bean didn't use either. And delete that one. Now find a nice serif font that we're gonna center. Hold on. It's centered, yeah. Write something real quick just to center it on the page like that. And now let's find a good font. Like this type of font, maybe. Let's just go to serif for now. Garamond is one of the classic fonts. I think that'll fit. So hi Juniper. I missed your message. How you doing? What do you think about a whole lizard government controlling the world and such? Don't like it. That's like the one that leads into anti-Semitism the fastest. There's pretty much a straight line from that one to anti-Semitism. Anything that involves like a shadowy cabal that controls the world instantly goes into anti-Semitism. Flat Earth goes really quick. Because flat Earth, like the concept of flat Earth necessitates a sort of a global cabal that all over the world has convinced everybody to trick the population into thinking that the Earth isn't flat, right? That's a necessary part of the conspiracy. So like every government agency, all the pilots, every airline in the world, all the like astronaut agencies. So you need coordination from everybody around the world. So obviously to explain how the flat Earth isn't like, and like there are no countries who say like, oh, the Earth is flat, right? You need shadowy global cabal, and that instantly, boom, anti-Semitism. So there are some theories that eke me out a little bit because of that, of how quickly they go into that. I do like the world building project. It's not a conspiracy, but the world building project that's called like Beyond the Ice Wall, I think it's called, and it's a sort of they build up lore for a bunch of continents that exist outside of the flat Earth. Like flat earthers believe Antarctica has like this enormous wall of ice that's like at the end of the world, like at the edge of the circle, right? And it's just so interesting to think that, you know, like all these continents exist outside of it. The conspiracy that all pants on Earth are made of dead Fresnos. No! Every big rock thing is dead giants. And something mud floods. The mud flood one is fun. Or has some fun elements, I would say. Mountains being tree trunks, that's fantastic world building. Copied Red Fire came in today? Hell yeah. Trying to translate the code. Take it slow. You don't need to do it. You don't need to do it before you play. You can go as you play. The whole conspiracy stuff that devolves into weird fantasy novel nonsense, a lot of it, I've seen, yeah, the alien folks, I've seen a few videos from them on Instagram, and they are like on their own level. And I mean, I literally bought a book from them. I've shown this on stream, but in case you missed it, I got this extraterrestrial species almanac, and it's just different species of aliens, and they're all like white guys. Like there's a Syrian male, Syrian with an I, not with an not with a Y, not from Syria. This is a Sagittarian male. I don't know. It's such a funny book, especially the images. You got your typical aliens, of course. The Zeta humans. I love the almanac. Weather being controlled by the government. That one goes into anti-Semitism super quickly too. The weather control one. You know, it's kind of a meme, that like Jewish space lasers meme. But it's a thing that people actually believe, that they're controlling the weather. And of course, anti-Semitism. It's insane. But like weather control, it's not that interesting to me because it's just, yeah, they're making it rain more, they're making it rain less. Like what's the there's no interesting world building to that for me. It's like, oh, okay. Sure. You're changing how much it rains. Receding clouds. Oh boy. They're starting wildfires. Like, sure. The Egyptians managed. Oh yeah, the Egyptian portals. The alien people love like talking about the pyramids and portals and stuff. I've seen a couple like that. Honestly, everything that implies aliens built the pyramids, I always find it so like. There's also like a background of like racism to that, like the Mayans or the any like any non-white culture building a huge monument. It's aliens. But oh, when the French build a cathedral, that's the French, right? Like that's such a I don't know, like oh yeah, I think you just don't believe that people who aren't white can't create like incredible things, huge monuments. You just have to attribute it to this like alien help. And I'm not sure they do it like they don't do it consciously, right? It's not something where they're like, I'm gonna be racist today, but they do it nonetheless, and they contribute to bad stereotypes and like sort of misrepresent ancient cultures and the really really cool things they would do. So those sorts of conspiracy theories, those irk me a lot. Those bother me. Okay, let's remove this key smash. I was getting used to it. I was gonna forget it in. Okay, why is it all caps? Oh, it's on all caps mode. That tracks. Hip-hop artists have been making it rain in the club for a decade. Where's the mystery? Surrounding Plum Island? I don't think I've heard of Plum Island. What's it about? Are you sure they're not thinking to themselves, I'm gonna be racist today? Some origami guys are. I mean, some are, but I think like the people who like the ancient aliens people, the ones that had a TV show, those folks that came up with the whole like aliens build the pyramids thing. I don't know if they were like consciously being racist. They were being racists in the like because they were like implying that ancient cultures can't build these enormous monuments, right? And like it's a mix of like racism and it's a sort of like minimizing the achievements of ancient people in a way too, like thinking ancient people were dumb or something. It's a bit of a mix of that. Were they doing it consciously? I don't think so. I think they were just pulling from previous biases that they had. I don't think they were like on a quest to, because they actually believe in their theories, right? So I don't think they were on a quest to be racist. Plum Island is a very secretive island that is believed to host animal experiments and hybrids. Government genetic and hybrid experiments. I hadn't heard of that. Okay, how should we label these? Initial stage. The second one is like, oh. Hold on. This first one is going to be pre-symptomatic. Kind of like showing like this before showing symptoms. The second one is going to be I want to say like something about the skeleton turning out inside out, right? Externalization of the skeleton. Skeletal externalization. Or I want to do something like exo, because exoskeleton, right? But exoskeletalization? Is that anything? Does that sound weird? Luvianka, thank you for the follow. Welcome. So, exoskeletalization. With an S. Because whoever made this is British. Late stage. Transformation. No. No thought to ask? What's up? Actually, would it be a Z here, even in British English? Because British English also uses this, the Z, the Z sometimes. I think it's safer to put the Z. It's a cool as an international phenomenon. Yeah, it's everywhere. Like, it wasn't huge in my school specifically, but I know a lot of people from like other schools even in the, like my same area of Spain that did it. Like, I got it from a kid in a different school. What about dragons being real, evolving alongside dinosaurs, turning into sea serpents, back into land in the form of Chinese dragons? So they're thinking of like land versions of Chinese dragons, like they don't fly? I love Chinese dragons. I love how they look. I know this is unrelated to the questions. Oh, I want to say in late stage transformation here, I want to do mention that this patient has shrunk because they're shrinking into an actual crab, right? So I want to mention that it's like upscaled, or it's an old-timey way of saying upscaled or zoomed in. How do you do the around symbol? But, oh, there we go. Oh, cool as it's the closest thing to a real life medic agent. I like that. Magnify, yeah, magnification. Yeah, that would make more sense. Marilyn Manson thing, I had that one too. Aquatic ape hypothesis. I've heard this. Where is he? What's the aquatic ape hypothesis related to? And I know it's like sort of bunk science, but I don't remember exactly what the deal was. I saw an Animal Planet mockumentary on dragons as a kid. Didn't realize it wasn't real until talking about it in high school and hearing myself. I love the kind of things you believe as a kid, and it just gets like stored somewhere in the back of your brain. And at some point, you say it to another person, and as you say it, you realize like, oh my god, it's not true. Why did I believe this shit? Those are a lot of fun. Gonna say like magnified image, body mass decrease around 40%. Okay, so I'm gonna take everything, I'm gonna move it a little bit up. And this is like a page of a book, right? So I'm gonna add a little bit of like shadow to the left. Gonna say like, this is the right page. Should I put the page number? No, because this wouldn't be the full page. So I either put a header or a page number on the bottom. Or neither, because maybe both are cut. That would be okay too. Thinking Casablanca was a vampire movie until you were 25? Why didn't you think it was a vampire movie? Oh, it was a mermaid thing, yeah. Humans branched off from a species of ape that was becoming an aquatic mammal. I mean, I know it's 100% bunk science.
First of Casablanca just sound like a vampire movie. The White Castle? Like Mon.
It's White House. Casablanca is White House. That's like the literal translation in Spanish. But it is in Morocco. Oh, let's do like figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. Sort of like the text is referring to it. Or maybe magnified image, not to scale. That's the correct expression. Okay. Now we need to sign this. We don't have a lot of places to sign it. I have an idea. It's silly, but this guy's like folds here. Did you think about the one that Chernobyl was on purpose as a scientific experiment? That would be wild. I hadn't heard that one before. Yeah, let's kill a bunch of people. It's a scientific experiment. Let's just let a lot of folks die from radiation poisoning. I'm sure that will have no long-term effects on anybody. Okay, Maxwell. Have a good sleep. It's a very silly signature, but I find it funny. Why not? Okay, now we put everything into a group or a single layer. We're gonna do some blurring plus some sharpening, which really helps the halftone effect work. Because it just makes it a little softer. Same with the grain that we are about to add. As you see, when I make the grain larger, the halftone also looks a little better. Oh, I forgot about putting the shadow on the left to imply that it's like scanned from a book. I'll do that in a sec. So we're reducing the contrast, keeping the dark parts pretty light. It's not a ton more to do. So let's apply that and then go below, and we're gonna add a little bit of soft light. The World War II night vision goggles allowed soldiers to see demons and monsters from other dimensions. That's fun. I like that. Hey, Koopa. Perfections on the edges? Oh, like they're too clean? That's a good point. So I'm adding a bit of that bend right there. Now we add some color to reduce how yellow this edge is. So we want to keep it. There we go. I'll keep it looking natural. And we're just going to add a bit of an uneven light. So it's a bit more lit from the right. Just kind of makes for some nice little differences. I'll make it look a bit more natural. And yeah, let's blur the edges of this. Just a touch. But when we do the resharpening on top, it will help. And let me add my resources folder here. Some dust. Let's see what I got here. This one looks pretty good. That's number 2. So put this on top. And we will put it on screen mode. Add it like that. Just adds a bit of age to the page. And we can do the opposite with... Yeah, these are too strong, right? Yeah. I want to add some like dark dust as well. So I'm looking for texture that's sort of light. I can use this one, number 3. I could reuse number 2, but it might be noticeable. I do the opposite here. I invert this. I put it on multiply. And this adds a little bit of dust to the white part of the page. I'm gonna go like half opacity or something. And this little hair on the left, it bothers me a bit. We'll shorten it. Okay, put everything together. Add the smart filters. And yeah, that's nice. It makes it look less flat. Gives the page a little bit of volume. Satanic Panic. Lots of weird stuff in the Satanic Panic for sure. It's 90s, 2000s true crime show. A few episodes that unquestionably have cops say they found satanic cult paraphernalia and then show a fucking D&D rule book. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, I need to make the white dust a little bit less opaque. Because when you sharpen it, it gets a bit too strong, I feel like. It's a better color though. Let's see. That's the dust. Let's keep it at 50%. The old priest at your parents' church used to play D&D in the 80s. Nice. What do you think about Area 51? Oh, thanks for the safe reminder. I don't think the conspiracy itself is that interesting. Like, oh, they have a UFO. But I find it fun in like the culture around it. Like that time a bunch of people got together to try to raid Area 51. What is Jack in the Box? It's like a chained restaurant, right? quite happy with this. My voice cracked. Yeah. I think I'm gonna call this one done. About 4 hours. Pretty okay time. Whoa, why did it do that? Photoshop. Now I was thinking, would you have time to the other images, not for this. This for the human mimicking alligator. But that's gonna be a tough image. So I don't think we'll have time to do any more today. I'm gonna try to do the other images for the human alligator here next week, because I want to have it for Spooky Month. I think this is good content for Spooky Month. If we can't, that's fine. But yeah, both yesterday's edit, which is this one, and tomorrow's edits are probably going to be like multi-image things. Like there's only one of, I think like 3 images I want to do. With the other 2 images being related. Like the other 2 images for the alligators here that pretend to be humans is like one from the belly pretending to be a drowning person. So it's going to be like 2 images like taken right, one after the other. So we're going to use the same base image, which makes it, you know, it's 2 more images, but it's not that much more work compared to 1 more image. Tomorrow's edit is ghost spiders. It is spiders that haunt houses, and it's gonna be several edits too, but I'm hopeful that we might be able to do everything in one stream. Otherwise, next week we'll try to finish both the alligator and the ghost spiders. But yeah, this one's definitely done, so that's good. A YouTuber is planning to form a raid on Area 51. Another one? That's not gonna go good. Somebody's gonna get shot at some point. Hope it doesn't happen. But yeah. That's gonna do it for tonight, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. We finished with these edits for the movie, or In Waves, this movie. Remember to check out their Kickstarter. See what the movie's about. Drop them a few bucks, and if the Kickstarter does well, the movie gets funded, and they continue with this. Hey, it'll be cool because I'll probably get to do more art. So, back it if the movie sounds interesting and you think you'd like me to do more carcinization art, because there's probably going to be more if the movie gets funded. So yeah, tomorrow, remember, we got ghost spiders. This one is going to be a speculative biology one, so and then a really good one for Spooky Month because it's ghosts. It's also spiders. So yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Bean also says goodbye. He's too sleepy. I'm not gonna wake him up. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow at around the same hour. So until then, folks, have a great time zone. Take care.